Hey guys, okay, so I'm gonna give it a second so some people can hop on. I'm not gonna wait too long so that those who don't catch it live don't have to sit here awkwardly and wait for us to start. But I'm gonna wait until I see a couple people jumping on. Brittany! Yay, so Brittany's here. Okay, so the number's starting to climb. Okay, so while you guys jump on, I'll kind of explain who I am, and then I'll just jump right into it. Okay, so my name is Jaelyn, and I am a 6-star Diamond Elite coach, and I've been in the business for about 20 months now. So I'm still a baby coach, so this is quite intimidating, but I kind of want to share how to finish the year strong and what I did last year to finish the year strong, and share that with you guys so that you can have a game plan and an action plan of how you can finish the year strong. So rather than just saying finish the year strong, I'm going to give you kind of some action steps of what you can do to finish the year strong. Okay, so I took some notes so I don't forget something because I can get off on tangents. Hey, all the love. Okay, so first we want to talk about why the end of year and finishing strong is so important. It is, you won't feel the effects of what you're doing now until January, February, and March. So when we talk about that, this is setting you up to have a huge first quarter. The first quarter of the year is always big. People are on New Year's resolutions. They just finished the holidays. They feel like crap. They're ready to do something, okay? So what you're doing now sets the stage for then. That is why finishing the year strong is so important, okay? And honestly, it's quite simple how you finish the year strong. I know that there's lots of distractions with holidays and seasons and, you know, all that comes with these few months that are at the end of the year. And it really comes down to the basics. So I'm sure you're like, oh no, you're talking about the 4 vital behaviors again. I am. I'm talking about the 4 vitals, and I'm going to kind of break them down and be more specific to give you a game plan. So you're not like, what does that even mean? Like, I'm going to get it more specific, okay? So the very, very, very first thing is you've got to be a product of the product. And I know it sounds simple, but I think a lot of us aren't really doing that. And this is where a lot of coaches will slide the last quarter is there's holidays, there's, you know, busyness and travel and all these things, and they start to let their own journey fall by the wayside, okay? That is where your business is going to slide. If you're not a product of the product, you're going to find it very hard to have things to share about. It's going to be very hard for you to have posts sharing about join my challenge group when you're not doing it yourself, okay? So very first thing is do the programs. And when I say do the program, I'm not talking about just the exercises. That is one of the 3 components to our programs. You need to be doing the exercises, you need to be doing the meal plans, and you need to be drinking your Shakeology. That is the perfect trifecta to having results. People can't just expect to exercise and get the results they're seeing. They can't expect to just eat right, which is not going to be the struggle at the end of the year. Trust me, that's going to be the downfall for a lot of people, including coaches. So when I say do the program, I mean do the program. Commit to the meal plan, commit to the workouts. Of course, you can still enjoy Thanksgiving. You can still enjoy Christmas. You can still enjoy the treats here and there. But I'm talking like don't enjoy the treats every single day of the month, you know, for the next 3 months. You need to commit, and you need to be talking about that. Okay? When you do the programs, I promise you, you will be inspired to post. You will have ideas of what you want to share naturally coming to you because you feel amazing. There's so many different avenues of what we can share about and what this business does. And when you actually do the programs, you have something to share about. So that's the very, 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 very first thing. And in my opinion, that is the most important thing. If that's the only thing you take away from this, is you need to be a product of the product in order for you to finish the year strong. Next is Core to Force. It is coming out at the perfect time, and honestly, I think it's the perfect program to launch at this time of year for several reasons. First, the programs aren't super lengthy. People don't want to spend an hour at the gym, especially during the busy holiday seasons. It requires 0 equipment. I am so going to market this for traveling during the holidays. I'm going to be traveling a ton, but do you know what? That's okay because I don't need equipment to do this. I need my on-demand and I can do this from anywhere, and I'm going to. So you need to get ahead of the launch. If you're not talking about Core de Force, another coach is. And sadly, those people will go to that other coach if you're not talking about it. So you need to get ahead of the launch. You need to buy it the day it comes out, commit to it, and do it so you have results to share. And I promise you, doing that will set you up for December as well as January. So get ahead of the launch and market all the things that make Core de Force awesome for the holidays. That's a 30-day program. They could get 2 in before the new year. Talk about the length of time they have to be able to get results they want before New Year's and start the year off that much better. Don't start the year off 10 pounds heavier. They can start the year off 20 to 30 pounds lighter and then continue from there. Okay, the next one is attract, connect, invite. I love that they changed it to that instead of invite, invite, invite. Because really the process of inviting is not just you spam every friend you know. The process of inviting is you should be attracting people to what you're doing. And once again, going back to the first, being a product of the product, if you're doing that, you're going to be attracting people because they're going to see the change that's happening in you. When you're posting, you're going to attract the people that connect to you through your posts. So you, honestly, your vibe attracts your tribe. It's cliche, it's cheesy, whatever you want to say, but it's absolutely true. How you put it out there is who you're going to attract. And it could even attract people who just want your energy. So you need to be making sure that you're sharing your journey and you're sharing all parts of it. And don't even just share Beachbody. Please don't just share Beachbody. You were a person before, you're still that person. Share you. Share who you are as a person with Beachbody and how it incorporates into your life. Okay, be vulnerable and be real. Don't be fake. Don't act like life is always easy. Don't act like you never cheat on your meal plan. Don't act like you always do your workouts perfectly. Be real and relatable. That is what will attract people to you too, is because if you're a real person, you make them believe that they can do this themselves. So make sure that you're being real in what you're talking about on your page. Make sure that you're sharing the food that we eat. A lot of people have misconceptions about in order to lose weight and to be healthy, you've got to eat kale all day and that's it. That's not true. So share how we're able to still eat on plan and eat delicious holiday food. Share every part of what we do. Share the exercises we do. Share, your personal journey and your transformations. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute too. But you need to share what challenge groups are. Share what exercises you're doing. Share every part of what you're doing. Okay, connecting. This is a huge one. You need to be connecting with people, and I'm not talking about connecting people to sell them something. Don't connect with people just to sell them something, please. We need to be building relationships with people because we care about them. We know what it feels like before we started this, and we know what it feels like to need a friend. So bottom line is care about people to care about people. Don't build the relationships to sell to them. Build the relationships to be a friend, and I promise you that will come back to you and they will want to work with you because they can tell you're being genuine. So as you're attracting people and as you're connecting with people, genuinely connect with them, not with the intention to sell. Connect with them as a person and where they are in their life. And then inviting. Inviting is lots and lots and lots of jabs. Jabs all day long. You sharing what you're doing. You sharing this part of your life. And then when you do a hook, inviting someone to it, they're going to get hooked, okay? Because they've seen all these jabs. They've seen you share the food. They've seen you share the exercises. They've seen you share your transformation. They've seen you share personal development. We'll talk about that in a second. They've seen you change. And so when you do all those jabs and then all of a sudden you mention you have a challenge group and you're wanting to help someone, you're going to hook them because they want that change for themselves. So you've got to make sure that you are sharing a lot of jabs. And then when you do a hook, be very specific. Give a deadline, a date that you are starting. Give a minimum number of or a maximum number of spots that you're accepting so people realize you are only helping so many people, so you can give them the time and attention that they need, and it gets them to want to do it now. Okay, so that's how you attract, connect, invite. The next one is personal development. If you're not on the personal development train, you need to jump on like today, okay? This is something that a lot of new coaches put off because they think that they're fine without it. You're not. Like, you cannot be growing as a person without it. And to grow the business, you have to grow as a person. There's a couple books I would recommend for the last quarter. The first one is called Start, Punching Fear in the Face by John Acuff, and then The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Okay, Start is such a good book. I was reading it this morning after I was asked to do this call, and he specifically talked about fear, and it's just so good. So you need to read that one. And then the 10X Rule just gives you a game plan of how to grow your business, and it's amazing. So those are books I would recommend you reading. But you've got to realize that you've got to grow as a person to be able to attract people to you. That change, honestly, I think the mental change is bigger than even the physical change. And you have to change your mentality to be able to change your physical body, period. So when you share your journey from the very start to the current, people see that change and they want it. So you've got to be doing personal development. Share about personal development and how it has helped you. You become inspiring and motivating when you're doing personal development because you have things to share with people, tips and value and stuff that can change people's lives. So when you're doing personal development and you're sharing that, people see that change in you and they want that change for themselves. And then the last one is recognition. This is not just to recognize our coaches when they rank advance. Recognition is for anybody, especially our challengers. Everybody loves to be recognized, especially when you make changes that are huge and hard. So shout out your challengers who are killing it. I don't care if they don't have a huge transformation. Shout them out. Shout them out for trying. Shout them out for being consistent. Shout them out for making the change. When you shout people out and even shout out your coaches, you're inspiring others because they see that it's not just you saying you're helping people. They see that you're helping people. And on top of that, it shows them the community that we provide. That is something that we can't show them without them being in a challenge group, unless you're talking about it and unless you're recognizing those coaches and challengers for their accomplishments. So don't underestimate recognition either. It shows people why they should join your team. It shows people why they should join challenge groups because they see that there really is a culture that they want to join. Okay, that's the 4 vitals, and honestly, that is what I would recommend you do through the end of the year. That's it. Very simple. Be a product of the product, attract, connect, invite, personal development, and recognition. You do those things and you stay in phase 1, which is doing those things. Your business will finish strong, and I promise you'll feel the effects of that in January, February, and March. And the reason we feel those effects later is because it takes time to build those relationships. It takes time for people to see that they're wanting to join you, especially if you're adding to your network every day, okay? Things take time. And when you take your foot off the gas pedal, it's gonna take a little bit of time for the momentum that you do have to slow down. So you don't wanna take your foot off the gas pedal. Keep it going so that as the new year starts, you get that wave from the momentum versus all of a sudden January hits and you've realized you've not connected, you've not invited, you've not shared, you've not done it yourself, and all of a sudden you're gonna come to a screeching halt, okay? So remember that the first quarter is huge. People are watching you now, and even if they don't commit now, they will want to commit in January, February, and March because they're gonna feel like poo after the holidays and not taking care of themselves. So be a product of the product and be real, be genuine, share the heck out of what you're doing, and I promise you, you can finish strong. So I hope that helps you guys. I have no idea how long this went. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I don't know if there's any questions really quick. I haven't even looked really quickly. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so Melissa, you mentioned that you're a product of the product. And just because you love it and it makes you feel better, I am constantly posting kind of sad, not getting a ton of people interested, but you do continue. Okay, there could be a few things going on. It could be that you're not adding to your network and you're not connecting with those new people that are in your network. And it could be that your market is going to take a little bit longer, and that's okay. I hope you guys realize that everything you post is a seed planted. Whether you realize it or not, it is a seed planted. And it will grow. As long as you continue to post, that seed that you planted will grow within them. So yes, continue going. Okay. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else. Alrighty. I'm so glad you guys were on here, and I'm gonna let you go. I hope that helps you. I know there's another call today, and she's gonna go over like an action plan and how to stay engaged. There's a lot of things going on with Team Spirit next month, which is awesome. So for sure get on to the call that's happening in a few hours again, because I think you're gonna have lots of tips for finishing the year strong. Okay, you guys are awesome, and I'll continue to check the comments and try and answer the questions as they come in, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.